Don't sit in these excuses of I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. Yes, you can. Girl, just say you don't want it. Just tell me you don't want it. If you keep making excuses, nothing is going to change. You thought it, you can. Other people have done it, you can. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex and I am starting a new series on my channel called Pep Talks and Postcards. I'll be giving you a short little pep talk on a topic, and I will be writing a letter to my past self or my future self, to someone or to a loved one. These will all be little postcards that I have made myself, and it's going to be incorporating my little artsy crafts and then also just talking about some things that I feel like we all experience, especially navigating your early 20s. Like always, I am not a professional yet. I'm not a professional, and I want you to just take this with a grain of salt. This is just based off of my experience, and let's get into it. Obviously, this isn't a video for someone that is going to be sensitive about this. Like, if you've clicked on this video, you know that you want things and you know you're making excuses, okay? You're not just clicking on this video for no reason, girl. My hypothesis is that when you really want something, excuses just do not exist. Now, why do I say that? It's because when you really want something, I believe that a sacrifice doesn't feel like a sacrifice. And I think a lot of us are actively doing things all the time that we don't view as needing or requiring an excuse because we just automatically care about it enough to sacrifice. I think we need to break it down. Like, what is causing you to make this excuse? I don't have time. I'm too tired. Just admit, I'm too tired. That's the reason, or whatever the reason is. Okay, how am I going to approach now being too exhausted? What can I eliminate or add to my life that's going to help me with this exhaustion? It's okay to admit you need help. It's okay to admit you're scared. It's okay that, I'm not pursuing this job because I'm terrified that I'm going to get rejected, or I'm not pursuing this because I'm terrified I'm going to fail. It's okay to admit that stuff. And I think when you admit that stuff that's the second that you can actually start changing things rather than living in this bubble of, well, I don't have time. Well, there's nothing available for me. Well, there's no opportunities. Girl, you have to make opportunities for yourself. You have to chase down opportunities for yourself. You can't just live in this bubble expecting every single thing to come from you. It's a give and take. Like, even with the idea of manifestation, it's like, yes, you believe and you know that things will come to you and that they already are coming to you. But it's like, you also have to show up. Like, you have to open the door. You can't just, wait in a closed room. You have to go open the door when they knock. You can't just, God, these metaphors are crazy. These metaphors are crazy. It's very interesting because people will have these goals and then you'll ask them, oh, that's so cool. Like, how are you accomplishing it? Or like, how are you working towards it? And then there's just crickets, babe. There's crickets. And I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm also not trying to judge anyone, because my hypothesis isn't that excuses make you lazy. It's that excuses come from fear. And in order to actually tackle the things you want, you have to tackle the excuse first. I do see people that feel bad about themselves or feel inferior because they're not accomplishing these goals that they have. I'm not trying to be ignorant to the fact that not everyone has the same access to opportunities. So when I'm saying this stuff, I mean it directly to your goals you've set out for yourself, nothing else. I believe that if you've set these goals, you believe you can accomplish them, that you wrote them down for a reason, and that they are realistic to your life, and you can do it. So that is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about random ass, delusional goals or things that just don't apply to your life, okay? These things also take time. That's another thing. I don't want you to think that just because you've started and that you're chasing after it and you're done with the excuses, that overnight everything's going to change at once. I think people give up on things, and that's where more excuses start to come in. However, for example, for me, I recently got diagnosed with PCOS. I was told, girl, you got to lose some weight. Actually, I wasn't even told like that. She literally went, this is honestly so funny, but so bad. She was like, so have you always been big, or is this a new development? Okay, humble me, I guess. And at first I was like, no, you don't understand. I have PCOS. But baby, I was eating those cookies. I was eating those cookies, girl. I was. And I wasn't walking, and I wasn't drinking my spearmint tea or taking my inositol or doing the things. And granted, I didn't have the information at the time. That's true. But I knew something was wrong. I knew everyone knows basic healthy choices, right? And I'm going to get real with myself. I was being healthy, yes, to a degree, but I was still engaging in a lot of behaviors that, wasn't healthy for my condition. And so that's part of what happened. So I could sit here and tell you oh, I'm not going to be able to lose, what I gained because of my PCOS. But it's well, now I have this information. I know okay, I need to be changing a couple of these things in my lifestyle, not giving up everything, but just changing things in my lifestyle, even changing the order of like how I'm eating and stuff like that. And I'm working towards the goal instead of just making excuses of why I can't. Because I know myself and I know I can actually. And it might take me longer. It might take me double the time as someone that doesn't have PCOS to get to where I want to be. But that's okay because I'm working towards it and I know I can do it and I'm chasing after it anyways because I want it badly. I want to feel healthy badly. I want to feel good badly. I don't want to be inflamed anymore. I don't want to feel like shit and exhausted and tired all the time. I don't want that. So I'm going to change it because I have the power to change it. The YouTube channel, I wanted to create a channel, even if I don't have a ton of subscribers. I'm creating this YouTube channel because it's something that I'm passionate about and I have fun with, and I'm making content that I like to make. And I'm doing it for little me, and I'm doing it for me right now. And I sat there for a while there making excuses. Oh, so-and-so is going to find this account. Who the fuck cares? Because so-and-so might be making fun of me as we speak without even knowing I have a channel. So the second they find my channel, like, who the fuck cares? You know? I'm not going to live my life stuck in these boxes of excuses of why I can't. I'm going to show up and try. Because trying and failing is much better than just sitting and just making excuses. And it also allows you to figure out what you actually want. Because when you try and you take away the excuse, you might find out, hey, I actually don't want this because I don't want it, not because I can't have it. I don't want to, go to med school because I don't want to be a fucking doctor. For a while there, I was comparing myself to people that were like going into med school being like, I'm so stupid. I can't do that because I can't do science. Like, no, girl, you don't want to do that. You could do it. You just don't want to. Don't sit in these excuses of I can't. Yes, you can. I'm so passionate about this. But yes, you can. The goals you currently have for yourself, you've come up with because you know you can do them. Now it's just about how badly you want it. If you can think it, you can have it. And if you can think it, you can execute it. Okay, here's my postcard. It is a little picture of my cat Dilly in a suitcase. And on the back, I have gone like this. Okay. Dear Alex, you may feel like you don't have anything to look forward to, but you are wrong. You fought through that depression and have cultivated a life filled with love, confidence, happiness, and creativity. I'm so proud of you. Love, Alex. If you stay till the end, comment a watermelon emoji because I had watermelon today and it was fire, okay? That's not just random. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. And I hope that this helped you in some way. I hope that you're feeling a bit more inspired to start actually chasing the things that you want in life. And if you have a second today, write a letter to younger you, because I think it's always good to look back on the things and the ways that you have grown as a person and show some love to little you who was just trying to figure it out. Okay. Love you, and I'll see you in my next video.